Netflix currently has more than 125 million subscribers who pay to use its services, and 7.4 million of these were added within the first 3 months of 2019. With such viewership come rules and regulations. Welcome to Riverdale, and in this video, we'll dig deep into some of the rules the cast of Riverdale must follow. In the wake of #MeToo movement, Netflix introduced some of the most outrageous rules for its employees. They are not allowed to stare at each other for more than 5 seconds. Employees are also not allowed to ask for workmates' phone numbers unless they have given permission to distribute the number. Lingering hugs and flirting are also not allowed. While the rules were meant to protect the employees, they attracted many jokes and memes. And that's not all. There are rules that the cast of Riverdale must follow to ensure they have a place in Netflix. Interview guide. Interviewers always attempt to get more information from the cast members during interviews, even though the production and cast members always try to avoid giving out spoilers. Netflix coaches the actors and actresses on what they should and should not say during the interviews. This is a standard rule for most productions, but some, like Netflix, take extra precautions. The Riverdale cast is given a sheet of paper with everything they can and cannot say about the show. That way, one can never say they forgot what they should say. It's not enough to memorize their lines, but they also have to remember the interview guide. The only thing they've ever said is that Jughead wouldn't be in a scene in Season 3 because he was too scared to shoot in his underwear. Netflix actually allowed them to say that. Well, we can say they are good at memorizing the guide because the cast of Riverdale always looks comfortable during interviews. Talk about great acting. We guess they have to stick to that guide because the penalty of leaking information is also very harsh. For a show like Riverdale, which is adapted from comic books, it may be hard to kill off a character, but that doesn't mean that the actor can't be replaced. No conflicting schedules. Some productions allow their cast members to shoot 2 shows at the same time, but for Netflix, it's not even negotiable. Once they start shooting the show, they can't pick up any other conflicting projects. The actors are made to choose between the 2 shows, which can at times be very disheartening. It's understandable for a show like Riverdale, which is very tasking and the production is also very busy. They don't have time to wait for an actor who is on another set. Once the filming of Riverdale starts, they shoot every single day until completion. Okay, we know you saw Cole Sprouse in another film which was filmed at the same time as Riverdale. Well, he just got really lucky. Cole Sprouse had just completed shooting his parts for Season 3 when he was called to shoot 5 feet apart. If the other show does not interfere with Netflix's schedule even for a second, then the cast member can be allowed to participate in another project. It's probably not that bad since Netflix is the world's streaming giant, meaning that the paycheck is also very fat. Passwords on emails. It wouldn't be fun to know the whole plot of a show before it airs, but that doesn't stop malicious hackers from trying to get information about shows. In this digital generation, Netflix sends emails to the cast members, but they take extra precautions to make sure nothing is leaked to the viewers. There are ways and guides online on how to hack email accounts, especially the ones that don't have passwords. Doesn't take a genius to follow the steps, which is why Netflix has to take extra precaution. All the screeners provided to the cast before the show's release are password protected, and each cast member has his or her own password. This goes to ensure that if there are any leaks, it can be traced back to whoever leaked it. If a leak is traced back to a cast member, Netflix can easily sue them. So they also ensure that they don't leak any information. No talking ill of cast members. This is pretty obvious because it's just insane to talk ill about a fellow cast member. We agree that fights are inevitable on set, but the actors on Riverdale are never allowed to take the arguments beyond the set. Imagine if an online battle started between 2 cast members of Riverdale. It would look dreadful not just on the cast members, but on Netflix as well, which is why Netflix ensures that the rule is followed to the letter. Anyone who starts a fight with a fellow cast member or posts a feud on social media faces the risk of losing their job. We also know how the internet blows up misunderstandings, so it's always best for the cast members not to post about them. So far, they've done a great job because we haven't seen any fights between the cast members of Riverdale. Remember how a fight between Lea Michele and Naya Rivera from Glee was exaggerated? Well, Netflix can't risk such a thing happening on their watch. No makeup. The cast of Riverdale is expected to go on set with a fresh face. This makes a lot of sense because it gives Riverdale's makeup department head and the team an easy time. Every look in the show is intentional, and the makeup team needs time to be effective. Take Cheryl Blossom, for instance. With her iconic lip, she portrays that she is the powerhouse. The Pussycats lead singer always nailed her performance-ready look with a smoky eye or metallic glimmer to perfectly coordinate with those signature cat ears. If the cast was allowed to go on set with makeup, it would take the team more time to remove it first. They are also expected to take care of their skin, and this includes the men as well. While makeup can cover most blemishes, the cast of Riverdale is advised to take care of their skin so that they can be as natural as possible. That is why they all look so beautiful with or without makeup. No cutting your hair. Most stars make big hair moves after filming shows, and there's a very good reason for that. There are strict hair rules on set. After filming season 3 of Riverdale, Cole ditched Jughead's black hair and went back to blonde. KJ Apa had to dye his reddish-brown hair bright red to play Archie Andrew, and he also had to dye his eyebrows. Well, he hasn't made any transformation yet, but we're assuming he will go back to his original hair after Riverdale. We've always assumed that Camila Mendez has black hair, but that isn't the case also. She's been dyeing her hair for the sake of Veronica Lodge. She also shocked her fans when she went back to her brown hair. Can you imagine Betty without the blonde hair? Turns out she's originally a brunette. And the parents were not left out as well. They also have to ensure they follow the strict rules. Betty's mom, played by Machkin Amick, got a trendy summer cut after filming season 3 for a change. Despite all the sacrifices the cast made with their hair, there was one strict hair rule they must follow. The Riverdale cast members are not allowed to cut their hair beyond their character's hair specification. Jeez, haven't they ever heard of the word wig? No social media. Netflix has various social media handles for different shows and different audiences. Of course, they are perfectly aware that social media drives several markets today. Well, the same social media has also proven to be very toxic, which is why Netflix has some rules when it comes to social media. The cast members of Riverdale have millions of followers on their accounts, so anything they post can easily blow up. They're not allowed to post certain things about the show without permission, and most of the time, they're not allowed to have their phones on set. Well, this is basically to prevent any unwanted leaks which may spoil the show. They are not allowed to broadcast about a role they've landed until given the go-ahead. It's only logical for the production to post about shows before the employees. The rule applies to almost all productions across the globe. We have yet to come across a production which allows the cast members to post detailed information about the show before it airs. Posting information about the show can easily cost the Riverdale cast members their job. This rule has mostly affected Madeline Petch, who has a YouTube channel. She usually has her camera on the set of Riverdale, but in most videos, we can only see her in the dressing room. KJ must maintain his abs. If we had $1 for every time Archie was shirtless on Riverdale, we'd probably be very rich. We still don't understand why he has so many shirtless scenes, and they kept increasing as the seasons progressed. Well, most ladies may love what they see, but it comes with a price. KJ has to maintain his abs in real life. He posted his workouts several times on social media and detailed everything he had to do to prep for the role. While speaking in one of the interviews, he said, "I knew I was going to be fighting and I knew there were going to be a lot of shirtless scenes. I take that stuff really seriously and I want to look good. That's all part of the job. Probably the hardest part of the job, to be honest." KJ also has a strict diet throughout the production and a personal trainer who helps him stay in shape. He might be working the hardest to stay in shape, but the other actors and actresses are also expected to stay in shape. No tattoos. Many celebrities have tattoos all over their body, but that doesn't mean they don't bag major roles. Thanks to the advancement in makeup, almost anything can be covered up with makeup. Most cast members on Riverdale have tattoos in real life, but while on set, they have to cover them up. The only tattoo allowed is the double-headed snake, which is the mark of the most hated gang in all of Riverdale. The one person most affected by the tattoo rule is KJ, since he's shirtless most of the time. Before season 3, he already had 4 tattoos on his body. Well, to cover them up, the team first uses a coral cream from a Skin Illustrator palette to cancel out the darkness in the black ink. Then they go in with another thick palette, which dries really fast and doesn't smudge. It takes about 40 minutes to finish him, face and body, for shirtless scenes. The other cast members don't have a big problem because the clothes cover their tattoos, but they also have to use makeup just in case. Eagle-eyed fans will never miss an unwanted tattoo on set. What do you think of all these rules? Sound off in the comments section below, and remember to subscribe to Riveted because we publish amazing videos daily.